is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I am back with another guest designer spot for Spiegelmom Scraps. And I am showing you here the amazing sequins that I plan to be using for this particular layout. Now, I pulled this piece of paper from my stash. It is from Pineapple Crush from Heidi Swap, and it's a fun kind of tealy blue wood grain background. Now, I was scrolling through Pinterest and for some reason this picture came up, and it was basically kind of a backdrop for a party, and it was kind of like crepe paper and then like a glittery kind of background. I'll see if I can find it and insert it for you all here, because that's kind of where my inspiration came from. So I'm looking at this backdrop for photos and I'm thinking, well, why is that not a perfect backdrop for a scrapbook layout? So I'm going to grab some crepe paper and I'm just going to run a strip of my adhesive, which is just from Walmart, and I'm going to kind of ruffle it up and leave a small gap in between. So instead of using like a glittery washi tape or something like that, I decided I'm going to use some sequins. So I went ahead and kind of showed you how I did the crepe paper for a couple of the strips, and then went off camera and finished that up for you. So here I am going to just pour out the 3 sequin mix that I'm using, and I know that the Glam is currently out, which is super sad. So hopefully it is coming back because it's gorgeous and I'm gonna start hoarding it. So I think the other 2 are still in the shop. So I'm just gonna randomly place all 3 of these in different spots, running all the way down as that kind of in between layering. So I will do that off camera because, as you can see, it was taking a long time. Now, I didn't waste the sequins on the area where I kind of decided I was going to use, or where I was going to put my photo. So because they didn't completely evenly make their way all the way across, I did have this kind of end spot on my layout and decided that I was going to add some of that coral color that is in the sequin mix. And I went through my stash. I found this paper from My Mind's Eye, and it's from the Hello Gorgeous collection, which I'm pretty sure my son would freak out if he knew I was using a collection that called Hello Gorgeous on a layout about him, but he doesn't actually watch my videos, so it's okay. So I just took a strip of that, and it's a coral wood grain, and I love it. I think it just adds like a totally different element to that. So I have this picture. It's of my son. My goddaughter took it. I think it's amazing. They kind of went and did like a photo shoot. So that is what the picture is of. It's just him sitting on some of our rocks here in town. And I've taken some different pattern papers and I'm just adding my layers. I don't want my layers to get too busy. I don't want them to get too expanded because I really want to show off these sequins because I think they're amazing. So I'm just going to add a small amount of layering to the picture. And that'll kind of do it, because I kind of feel like at this point, if I do any more layers, then it's just going to take away from what I have in my head. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down, and it attaches just fine to the crepe paper. There's no issues. So because I wasn't using any particular collection or kit or anything, I did turn the camera off at this point and just kind of go through my stash. And this is kind of the pile of things that I came up with. So I'm kind of just showing you a little bit about the things that I've possibly picked out. So I felt really good about going through my stash and going through kind of, I have like a leftover jar per se, that's separated by color. So I kind of looked at the colors that I had going on in this layout and then went to those particular areas. And I do separate my ephemera by color at the very end. So I have a couple of these different pieces from Cocoa Vanilla that I'm totally hoarding, but they are Bori related. This one is awesome, and I have a newfound addiction to Cocoa Vanilla as well as sequins. So the combination of the two is amazing. And I know that Spiegelmom Scraps for the Secret Not Secret Kit Club is coming out with a sequin pack specifically for the new Midnight, I think is what it's called, collection. And I totally requested that, so I'm super excited. So as far as my layering is going to go, I'm going to title it XOXO. And that is from a Dear Lizzie wood veneer piece that I got at Tuesday morning. And because I did add that wood veneer, I felt like I needed kind of that wood veneer star up in the corner. And I did use 2 of those stars from Cool Kid from Crepe Paper and finished up that pack. I grabbed a small little label and did just a tiny bit of journaling, basically how Reagan did such an awesome job of taking this picture. And I grabbed one of the, I think it's Studio 40 flares, which are super cool. And they're dimensional, but they're not super dimensional. So just by adding a couple of glue dots, and I did have to use 2 of them because one seemed to not be enough. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I need a little bit more sequins just kind of in this corner because it's really bare. You have all of these beautiful sequins all over the page, and then over to the right side, because of the picture, it just felt like it was a little dull. So one of the things I love about sequins is not only can it be the focal point of your layout, but it can always add that perfect finishing touch that your page just needs just a little bit. And you get so many sequins in these packs that it really does last you a long time. So here are some close-ups. So see how beautiful they look? Oh, they're just so amazing. And then a little bit of the layering here, and then another full look at the entire layout. So remember to head over to the Spiegelmom Scrap Shop and use my coupon code of Crystal15 to save 15%. And remember to wear your crown. We'll see you next time. Bye!